Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Tips, Tricks, and DIY. I've got an awesome episode for you here today, so you're not going to want to skip this one. Every filmmaker, videographer, and content creator shoots interviews at some point in their career, and there's not just one way to light them or set them up. So today, I'm going to show you how to do 5 different lighting setups in 5 minutes. Let's get to it. Alright, so our first lighting setup here today will be a far side lighting setup. This is where we place our key light on the far side of the subject. So first, we will set up our subject not facing directly into the camera, but at roughly a 45-degree angle. Then, we'll go ahead and place our key light on the far side, or the side of the subject's face that's not facing the camera. This will allow the light to wrap around a bit, but leaving the camera side of the face a bit darker or in shadow. How light or dark the camera side of the face is will depend on the placement of the light, so just play around with moving it closer or farther from the subject. If you're going for a super dramatic look, you could leave it like this, or you can use a bounce board to fill in some of the darker or shadow side of the face. Finally, you could also place a rim light on the opposite back side of the subject to give them a highlighted edge so that they pop off the background. Just play around with the placement and the intensity until you're happy with the look. Alright, so our second setup here today will be a near side setup. This is where we place the key light on the subject's side of the face that is facing the camera. Now this will give the subject a more overall lit look. You could once again place another light at the opposite back side to add a bit of a rim light or hair light to the subject. Alright, and now we're on to our third setup, and that is overhead lighting. This will create a much more moody and much more dramatic look. So although it won't necessarily be popular for something like corporate interviews, this could still be fun to use in certain situations. You'll need something like a C-stand to mount something like a tube light overhead and slightly to the front of the subject's face, or just simply hang a softbox overhead. This will cause the facial features to cast a soft but harsh shadow down the face. Like the other setups, you can always add a rim light to the opposite back side of the subject's head to give them a little extra pop off the background. Our fourth lighting setup here today is just a straight-on lighting look. This is similar to the near side lighting setup, but it is a little bit different. This is where we place our main key light directly in front of the subject's face. Now, this will give them a pretty evenly lit look, while still having a bit of shadow fall off on the near side of the subject's face. You can yet again add a rim light to the back side for that extra bit of pop. And finally, this is the most non-traditional lighting setup here, and that is the silhouette look. This is for if your subject, for whatever reason, needs to remain anonymous in their interview. For the setup, you'll quite simply light just your background and don't light the subject at all. Make sure they are far enough away from any other walls that may be in front or beside them, especially if they are white walls, as that may cause some light to bounce back onto the front of the subject. You can darken the face area a bit in post if need be. And there you have it. That's 5 lighting setups that you can use for filming your interviews. I hope you take what you learned here today and get creative with filming your interviews. If you enjoyed today's episode of Tips, Tricks, and DIY, make sure you drop me a like and leave me a comment letting me know what you thought. Also, it would be awesome if you could share this video with your friends. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you get notified every single time I drop new episodes like this one. Trust me, there's lots more episodes coming your way, so you're gonna want to stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Alex Perry, and I'll catch you in the next episode. See ya.